Hello, if there's anyone out there in the void, how are you doing this fine evening? Or morning, since it's just about morning. It's also the third day of the 31 days of Halloween, or nights of Halloween, if you want to look at it. And so I pop on, say hi, and see how the lights look now that I've gotten a slightly better rig. Probably what I need to get is a better camera. But we'll still and a better voice for that matter. But we'll see um, how this whole channel thing works out before I start looking into that sort of thing. Better voice though, that's not going to happen. Better camera maybe. Anyhow, enough of the useless babble. As I say in the introduction or the headline of this video, there goes light again. I'm just going to give a mini review of one is a movie, one is a graphic novel, and then you can go read the more extensive reviews at the blogs. There are links down below. And first up, I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie called Dead Bride. It's an Italian film. It feels very much like old style horror films from the 60s and 70s and into the 80s, actually. And it has an international cast, so some accents. It's like it's dubbed. Actors actually give their own voices, so they have anywhere from English to mixed European accents. But if you like classic ghost movies from this, like I said, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and horror films of that same era, I think you'll like this picture. The basic storyline is a woman moves with her husband and newborn child into the house where she spent her first few years as a kid. Her family history is somewhat dark, but nowhere near as dark as she discovers when she's back in the house. And not ancient, a family curse, a generational curse is reawakened and threatens her and her newborn. And it seems pretty unstoppable as the film unfolds. But well, I won't say whether it gets stopped or not because that'll kind of ruin the film. But I recommend it. I ultimately gave it 8 out of 10 stars on my review at Terror Titans. Again, it's linked below so you can get more details on the film. I also embedded the preview for the film or trailer for the film in that post, so you can take a look and see if it's appealing to you. It's on streaming platforms, including Amazon Prime and iTunes. Well, again, it's in the article. You can go read it there. But off the top of my head, I remember Amazon Prime and iTunes. Google Play, it's on Google Play as well. So if you use any of those, it might be worth checking out. It might be something to get for a Halloween playlist, depending on how serious you like your Halloween viewing. This is not a comedy. This is not a horror comedy. There is actually, I can't even think of any comic relief in this movie. It's very straight-laced, very serious, and spooky. Like I said, you like classic horror, you're going to like this one. Something else that I think you'd like for the Halloween season, and which is reading material. If you've been to the Shades of Grey blog, you have seen me praise Japanese writer-artist Junji Ito. He's one of the few people who can do effective horror comics. In my mind, horror comics is probably the hardest genre to do. and he almost always nails it when he does his horror stories. One of his more recent publications is, let's see if I can make this work with these lights. It's a Censor. Here, let's go. Let's see this. Yeah, Censor. The English language edition, well, the American edition, is published by Viz. I think they call themselves Viz Media these days. It's part of their Viz signature line. It's a nice, stylish hardcover. You know, so you can read manga and be taken seriously because, no, look at this fancy book. I mean, definitely for adults, right? Well, and yeah, this is for adults. The story, as I said, it's kind of a cosmic horror tale. A journalist comes across with mysteriously mysteriously glowing hair, and decides to investigate what's going on. He comes upon a cult. He comes upon a village that used to commune with elder powers, and he just gets deeper and deeper into a rather horrific situation involving, like I said, cultists and beings beyond this world. Junji Ito, actually, I would say, if you like horror stories, and in this case, if you like cosmic horror stories, you probably, I mean, I think you'll like it. In fact, you might like Junji Ito even if you are one of these people that say, oh, I can't stand Japanese comics. I hate manga. His style is not sort of the, look, everyone has big eyes and tiny little mouths and running around and looking cartoonish. He actually has a somewhat realistic style. Yeah, I think even those who don't like, who say they don't like the Japanese style of comics, and yeah, I should probably do this hold up to the camera during the daytime when it's natural lighting, because it doesn't seem to work when I'm using the electric lights. But this is one of I wouldn't say it's it's not his absolute best, but it is among his best works. And if it's the first Junji Ito you've read, I think you'll like it. Again, if you're into cosmic horror or just well done horror comics. One thing about this book, there's it again, fancy book, dust jacket. But I noticed a dust jacket actually has art on the inside of it. Again, I probably can't do the art justice given the lighting that I have. I can't look at that while I'm doing that. Oh, actually, maybe I can watch me watching me, watch me watching you watching me, and then I can see how that's looking on the screen. Because this is such a professional broadcast with such a skilled person in the, doing it, that let's see here. How do I? There we go. And oh, look, I'm live, it tells me. So let's click on that. Let's turn down the volume so it doesn't. Oh, yeah, that is a great scene, isn't it? Okay, so let's see if I can make this look good. Oh, that looks horrible. Yeah, no, there's no making that look good. And it says, anyhow, I can't do this justice, but there is a review at Shades of Grey with some links where you can actually go look at pages of the book where they look halfway decent. Again, I recommend this very strongly. I gave this 9 out of 10 stars when I first reviewed it about a year ago over at Shades of Grey. Yeah, about a year ago, last October. That's when I did the review of Censor. And another thing that you can, at Shades of Grey today, there actually is a music video that you should go check out. That will also help stir the Halloween spirit within you. And that's really all I have tonight, Halloween-wise. And it's just me talking into the void. So if anyone sees this later and you have an opinion on Ito, or if you've seen Dead Brides and have an opinion on that, or any of the cast members that you want to highlight and say, hey, this person is good in this other film, go ahead. Actually, the star of the film, I'll probably do a profile on her for Terror Titans, probably this coming Saturday. Since, just for old time's sake, really, given that there's a review on there, an actual honest-to-God review of a movie that has just been released. Haven't been those on that blog in many, many years. In fact, since I stopped doing movie reviews as a serious endeavor and just made it a hobby. So might as well go back to doing a Saturday Scream Queen and make Jennifer, I'm not going to butcher her last name, but make her the subject of Saturday Saturday Scream Queen profile. That'll be up on probably this Saturday on Terror Titans. And other than that, we're just marching through the shadows toward Halloween. I have plenty of candy corn. Was not at all given to me as a bribe, as I established in yesterday's video. So yeah, just candy corn, and I have it, plenty of it. So if people show up at my door trick-or-treating, they will probably get candy corn, which was not given to me as a bribe at all. And on that note, I think I shall call it a night, and wish everybody out there a good night, a good day, a good morning. And if you see this in the future, I hope things are still going well for everybody. Well, and for me. And I hope that in the future I say less when I'm doing these broadcasts. But again, time will tell. On that note, and I keep saying on that note, I should stop that too. But here we are, signing off. I find the button. Click button 1. Click button 2, and we are gone.